Good afternoon, Madam President and Board of Education. My name is Mary Chavez. I'm a parent, a grandparent, and a school library media assistant in Montebello Unified, which is in LA County. I was school age in the 1960s. I thought God made a mistake. I thought I was supposed to be a boy. Why did I think that? Because I like doing yard work. I liked that push mower. You pushed it and brought it back and it would spin, and it was, to me, it was a great technology for that age. And so based on that, I thought I should have been a boy. But under this framework, I would be encouraged to take hormones, which are known to cause infertility. I would not be able to be the mother of 5 wonderful children and 4 awesome grandchildren whom bring such joy to my life. Please listen to this verse.
Time.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, honorable board members of education. I am Alexandria Aguilar from Long Beach, California. I'm a mother and an aunt and loving friend to all, and I'm here to speak against the health framework being implemented after reading the instructional materials. But because it made me sick to my stomach knowing that perverted instructions materials were going to be taught to our children. But I just heard that they're going to remove these books. So I thank you for moving those books. And I just thank you that because they were very explicit and pornographic and had a lot of graphic sex acts in there. So I just want to thank you for your time and for giving me the time to speak. God bless.
My name is Linda. I'd like to address the framework, Chapter 4, grades 4 to 6, page 62. The topic of masturbation is introduced. This topic is not appropriate nor necessary to teach at school. Page 78. Again, grades 4 through 6, teaching children online resources to learn about gender transitioning. These are 9 to 11-year-olds. Chapter 5, grades 7 and 8. Page 33 talks about barrier method demonstration using condoms and dental dams, showing examples, and then students practice on a penis model. It discusses the uses of dental dams for anal or oral sex. This framework is indoctrinating and normalizing sexual behavior beginning in TK. You are sexualizing minors. The recommended books, which, thank you, that they are being removed.
Hi, my name is Michelle New. I just first wanted to say that this framework, I'm asking you to not adopt it, that this is early sexualization of our kids and is bad policy. It's a state-sanctioned exploitation of our children, and it's about marginalizing people, or we're not trying to, but it's just defending and trying to get rid of this bad policy that you have. You guys keep mentioning how this is for everyone and that this is what all students need to hear, but I'm not understanding why, whether it be LGBT or any other group, would need to hear, need to hear about masturbation. And I'm looking right here at a recommendation that Planned Parenthood made and you accepted, saying masturbation should be included in the curriculum to be addressed in a straightforward manner instead of waiting for the possibility of masturbation being brought up by a student. And so I'm asking you, why is this a healthy subject for you to bring up to a student? What makes this framework so wonderful that you need?
Time.
Hi, my name is David Alibrand. I have a PhD in clinical psychology. I've done gay affirmative and gay corrective therapy for over 25 years. And I can tell you, the only people who support this are people in the gay community and trans community. All your other medical experts and everybody outside that field do not support this. For example, Michelle Cretera, president of the American College of Pediatrics, is wholeheartedly against the sex ed and social emotional framework program. She states, as one of the top experts in the country, institutions that promote gender transition affirmations are engaging in nothing less than institutional child abuse that can inflict untold psychological damage on children. Paul McHugh, Distinguished Chief of Psychiatry at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, says, transgender is a psychosocial problem and not a biological problem. It is a mental illness that needs to be treated as such, and you're not born in the wrong body. And there are tons of transgender people that say, I got screwed over by all these institutions that supported this instead of helping me straighten this stuff out. The curriculum,
Time.
I got.
Time.
Hello, my name is America Figueroa. I'm a mother of 5. Chapter 1 of the framework states, students will explore and discover their identities, gender expression, and sexuality throughout their education and into and beyond their high school years. I'm a Mexican immigrant, and my culture holds strong moral and family values. We teach our children to only explore sexuality with their spouse. This framework claims to be inclusive, but in reality, it is exclusive to a small community, and it is inclusive to a small community and excludes those of us from cultures with strong values. As a tax-paying citizen of this state, I respectfully ask you to please reject this framework. Today, you have the opportunity to go down in history as the board who stood up for children and sided with families, or as the board responsible for the sexualization and corruption of an entire generation. Thank you.
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Rodrigo
Good
Montenegro.
morning, I'm Rodrigo Montenegro.
Vengo de una distancia de 9 horas de camino,
I've drive for 9 hours.
pero considero que es de suma
But I
importancia
think
mi
it's very
presencia aquí
important to be here with you guys
porque estoy representando a mis nietos.
because I'm representing my
Tengo hijos ya
grandsons.
casados
I have
y considero
sons and
que
daughters that are
el marco de
married,
referencia es
and
un
I
error,
think that this framework is a mistake.
carece de sentido común,
It doesn't have any
le
common
roba
sense.
la
It
identidad a
steals the
nuestros hijos
identity
y
to our
adolescentes,
daughters and
le
teenagers.
roba los
It
principios y
steals
valores
the principles and
y
values.
verdaderamente considero que es
And I
un
consider
error,
it is a
verdaderamente
big
como
mistake,
lo están manejando.
At least how you're managing it.
Espero que lo consideren porque
I
esto
hope you
está
consider my opinion
lejos de traer una sociedad
because this
sana
is
y
far away
correcta.
from bringing
Todo
a
lo que
healthy
no es
society.
normal,
Anything that is not normal,
todo lo que no es correcto trae
anything that is
consecuencias
not
fatales
correct
en la
brings
sociedad,
bad
tanto con
consequences
nuestros
to
hijos como nuestra
society.
descendencia. Espero que lo tomen en
I
cuenta,
hope
por
you
favor.
take in mind my words.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very
Gracias.
much.
Explain to you the book that he received, but Mr. McKay, I pray you are a man of the word. Last week I asked my children if I could check the books that they picked up from the school. My son picked up this brand new book from the shelves in class long boy. He was under the impression it was about a kid that ends up at the beginning mowing the grass at Disneyland. I'd like to share a few quotes with you. This first one, turn around. On page 19, not that it really matters in 4th grade, at a church youth group meeting out in the bushes, I touched Doug Gobel's dick and he touched mine. In fact, there was even some mouths involved. Next one, page 91. What if I told you I touched another guy's dick? What if I told you I sucked it? I was 10 years old, but it's true. I put Doug Gobel's dick in my mouth. I was in 4th grade. It was no big deal. He sucked mine too. And you know what? It wasn't terrible. Page 170 explains to you.
Pass it, Squeaks! Whoa! Watch it! You almost hit me in the pee-pee! What's so funny, you two?
He said pee-pee.
Do you notice that when you say pee-pee, you giggle, but when you say penis, you say it in a serious voice?
I never noticed that before.
Some children and adults feel uncomfortable when they talk about their private parts, so they make up cute or funny names for them.
What's one for a girl's private parts?
Vajayjay! But what does Scoops mean when he says vajayjay?
He means vulva.
That's right, Kayla. It's important to use the proper words for our private parts.
Why?
Because our private parts are just as amazing as our hearts, lungs, brains, or any other of our amazing body parts.
But our hearts pump blood, our lungs breathe, and our brains think.
All our private parts do is pee! That's not entirely true, Scoops. It is true that a person pees or urinates through a hole called the urethra in the penis.
Does everyone have a urethra?
They do. It can be harder to see, but girls have a tiny hole in the front of the vulva where urine comes out from their urethra. Urination is actually very important. It helps us get rid of waste, stuff our body doesn't need.
Hey, how come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good. Sometimes when I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too.
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it. But have you ever noticed that older kids and grown-ups don't touch their private parts in public?
They don't?
That's right, Keith. It's okay to touch yourself and see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Well, if private parts are so special, why do you cover them up? Because they are private, silly.
That's right, Kayla, because they are private.
Hey, Squeaks, pass it.
Wait! Okay, I'm ready!